Fox News breathlessly covered Donald Trump flying from Florida to New York City for his arrest, almost like a soap opera, truly stunning, where it is almost beyond parody, making him out to be some kind of martyr. The coverage was led by Harris Faulkner, whose right-wing leanings, at least as far as the character she plays on air. Remember, Fox News hosts and anchors really are characters at the end of the day, so she may be as liberal as they come in her private life. I don't know. But at least the right-wing character that Harris Faulkner plays has become particularly weaponized over recent months. Look at this. We're going to show you the entire trajectory of this. Here is the coverage of Trump leaving Mar-a-Lago to head to the airport to get on his private plane. They call this news there.
And now we've seen the second car. Let's watch this live now. The president, number 45 for the United
By the way, the president, the president is Joe Biden.
States is on the move to Palm Beach International Airport.
Wow.
And as we grab these photos, I just want to remind everybody the types of decisions that have already been made ahead of him arriving.
Please.
One of them was the Secret Service, first of all, is in charge of anything having to do with the president. New York Police Department here in the city will secure the streets. You'll have other presence inside the courtroom tomorrow when he is arraigned at 2:15 p.m. Eastern. But for now, the Secret Service is in charge. And so they've already made the kind of decision of whether or not you would see him in handcuffs. They had said no. They wanted to make sure that wherever he's going to be had been swept. This is a former president. We have never seen anything like this. What we have seen 1832 and then with Spiro Agnew under Nixon. We have seen former vice presidents and then a sitting vice president with Spiro Agnew face an indictment and charges. But what we have not seen is a former commander-in-chief indicted in a state now that he used to live in, doesn't live there. And look at the people that are lined up against the freeway. Like, everybody knows the route, and this is a very, very short ride. I mean,
yeah, it looks like mostly reporters filming, quite frankly, but really making it almost like a parade-like atmosphere. And indeed, as they got further in on the trip, it feels as though this is like the Thanksgiving Day Macy's parade or something.
And Kayleigh, I think it's what you're telling me. I look at all these people on the roadside, and yes, some of them are law enforcement, but a lot of these are citizens.
Yes, some are law enforcement and some are reporters with cameras, but there are some citizens there, dozens potentially of people
who know this route, and he's going to slow down a bit for this.
Yeah, apparently he sent a box of hats out to some of those who were peacefully gathered over the weekend.
Yes, they were very, very, I like how now they always mention everybody's being extraordinarily peaceful. And then really a more philosophical question, my friends. What is the destiny of Donald Trump as he boards his private plane? What is coming in his future?
His plane is getting ready to take off now. They are on the move on the tarmac. And this is what we have been watching for. And we don't know what destiny looks like on the other side of this trip when he gets here in New York City.
Folks, this is a guy accused of crimes. That's what this is. And they are turning him into this martyr. Now, I know many of you have already said, David, that's why it's going to help him. The fact that they are turning him into the victim and into this martyr. And it is expected that Donald Trump tonight at his press conference at Mar-a-Lago is going to say, they didn't really indict me, they indicted all of you. He's going to frame this as a collective punishment of MAGA, that they are punishing all of his supporters for supporting him and for the greatest political movement in history or whatever. This is what has led to many of you writing to me saying, this is going to help him, David. This is going to help him. Look at his fundraising numbers. I concede readily that this indictment, okay, let's wait before we say future indictments. This indictment helps Trump in the Republican primary. I agree with that. I don't think that if there is another indictment in Georgia and potentially a federal indictment, that it will be good for Trump at all, because it really will hinder his ability to run his campaign. And secondly, I don't understand how this indictment gets Trump a single new vote in a general election. This indictment and potentially future indictments make Trump seem even more chaotic than we've already known him to be and the chaos that surrounds him. And so while this may help Trump secure the Republican nomination, if it doesn't end up interfering, if the indictments keep coming, I think this is bad for Trump in a general election. That's my view as of today. If the facts change, I will revise that view. As many of my viewers and listeners, of course, know, I have many family members who work in the field of mental health. And I think one of the most important things that we can do is to both increase access and reduce stigma when it comes to mental health services. And that's why I am thrilled that one of our sponsors today is BetterHelp. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it is 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists, an important word, therapists, who can help you with a wide range of issues. You answer a few questions about your needs and your preferences, and BetterHelp will match you with a therapist that meets your needs. You can then talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable. Could be text, could be chat, phone, video call. You can message your therapist anytime. You can schedule live sessions when it's convenient. And if your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but it's on your schedule and it's at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Pacman. The link is down below.